Well, good morning. It's good to be with you as we begin our time together today in Luke's Gospel. It's good to always be studying God's Word. I hope you are well, no matter where you find yourself this morning. Hope you've had a great week thus far. Looking forward to unpacking Luke today, and I hope we journey together today and find something really good in God's Word. So let's read Luke 12, verses 35 through 40. Be dressed for action and have your lamps lit. Be like those who are waiting for their master to return from the wedding banquet, so that they may open the door for him as soon as he knocks. Blessed are those slaves whom the master finds alert when he comes. Truly I tell you, he will fasten his belt and have them sit down to eat. He will come and serve them. If he comes during the middle of the night or near dawn and finds them so, blessed are these slaves. But know this: if the owner of the house had if the owner of the house had known what hour the thief was coming, he would not let his house be broken into. You must also be ready, for the Son of Man is coming at an unexpected hour. Ah, the thief in the night. You know not what hour the thief comes. Um, some of you are better people than me, and not on TikTok. I have allowed TikTok to rot my brain, and so I'm on TikTok. I don't post much, but I post sometimes clips of my sermon, but I scroll a lot. Most of my TikTok is country music. Is Most of my TikTok is music and movies and things like that. But if you're on TikTok, you may have seen over the last couple weeks there was what they called rapture talk, because there was a preacher in South Africa who said the rapture was going to happen. I think it was on the maybe the 21st. I think no 23rd or 24th. So about a week ago, the rapture was going to happen, and so there were a lot of people on TikTok that were doing all kind of stuff. Of course, who knows for real? Who knows what they were really doing? Were they really selling their house? They really giving away their cars? I mean, who knows? Um, but that was what they were saying on TikTok, and it became all over. And you even saw it in the news. I saw some news articles about this TikTok thing about the end of the world. And of course, we're still here a week later or 10 days later. So obviously, it didn't happen. But the preacher said they said that Jesus used a different calendar than we do. He used an ancient calendar, so he's going to be coming back on that calendar, not on our modern calendar. So I think it's going to be in October now is when the rapture is going to happen. So just get ready. I reckon just get ready for it. And of course that's just ridiculous, as we all know. This was about my fourth or fifth rapture event to live through. Um, I think back to it was supposed to have happened. I remember they had the guy and it said it was going to happen in, I think it was 2011 it was supposed to have happened, maybe. And then, of course, you had 2012, obviously it was going to happen. Then they had movies about it and everything. You had Y2K, which wasn't necessarily the rapture, but, bad stuff was going to happen. You had all the Gulf Wars were going to happen then. I'm so old, I remember a book that was 88 Reasons the Rapture Will Happen in 1988. That was a thing. And so you always have people guessing about when it's going to be. Oh my gosh, it's going to be this time. And so Jesus is speaking of that here. And I think two things that are important for us to realize. And the section is broken up into two different little sections here. One is be ready. He may come before this video is posted. And hopefully so. Maranatha, come quickly, Lord. As I said in Bible study last night, there's going to come a time when there's going to be no more cancer or sickness or illness or anything like that. None of these things will ever happen. It'll be done with. Like we won't ever have any more illness, death, pain, sickness, sin. It'll be gone. And what a day that'll be, friends. What a day. So live ready and expectant at all times. Live at all times like the Lord may return then. So that's what he says the first part. Be ready. Be like the folks looking for the master to return. And when he returns and he finds them, he's happy and there's rejoicing because it says the master sits and serves them because they were ready for it. So be ready. But then he says, if the master knew what time the thief was coming, he'd have been looking for him. So Be ready because you don't know when the son's coming, which means we're going to read this later. No one knows the hour nor date, only the Father. So any preacher, any internet personality that tells you they know when the Lord's going to return, that they don't. They're over. I mean, go back and read church history. There are always individuals, preachers, leaders, whoever that can tell you when the Lord's going to return, and it's never then. It's never then. We're still here. So be very careful of those who say definitively it's going to happen this day. We don't know. So don't waste your time trying to guess when the Lord will return, but live every day like it might be the day that he will return. And friends, if we live with expectation of his return, we'll likely live with purpose. We'll be living, if we live with a radical expectation that this world is not our home, then we'll actually live free. We'll live, we'll live unafraid of judgment in this world. We'll live unafraid of things we can't control. I saw a podcast the other day that talked about how if we really believe in the resurrection of the dead, if we really believe in the life of the age to come, if we really believe, friends, in the communion of saints, the resurrection of the dead, life everlasting, then we can take a step back from the political turmoil and the political times of this moment where everything's roiling and everyone's angry, everything's on fire, and everything's terrible. And we can just live with hope. We can live loving our neighbor, and we can realize the most powerful thing we can do might not be some grand act, but it may be just loving our neighbors well. The most powerful thing you may be able to do in your life, in fact, it probably is to love your children well, love your spouse. The most powerful act of light you can possibly give may be to teach a children's Sunday school class. You know, it's not going to be a spiritual death match, cage match with the devil. It may be teaching Sunday school. It may be serving a meal in church. It may be it may be singing in the choir, you know, helping those who are in need, helping living with hope in the age to come teaches us that our most radical act of faithfulness is not always going to be some grand, glorious thing, but sometimes it is just simply, beautifully, kindly, faithfully loving our neighbors and loving the people in our path. Because if the Lord's going to return and all this is going to be made right in his time, then the most powerful thing I can do, the best thing I can do is simply love others and tell them about Jesus. So, so watch, be aware, be looking, you know, be ready. The Lord will return in his due time, in his due schedule, not on my time, not on your time, not on my schedule, not on your schedule, but on his. Be ready and live with that assurance of his return. Don't give in to the fear of people on the internet telling you it's going to happen tomorrow. It'll happen in God's time. But trust and know that something better is coming. So, hey, thanks for being with us. And we'll pick up tomorrow with the rest of Luke. See ya.